Hello everyone, my name is Tobi Shannon. I'm a 20-year-old student at Spelman College in Atlanta, Georgia. My major is International Studies with a concentration in Cultural Studies. Because of my parents' influence from a young age, I have been able to participate in community service all my life. My motivation for volunteering in youth service is a belief that everyone, especially girls, should have an opportunity for an education. Regardless of a person's age, race, gender, or social status, it is every person's right to have access to a quality education. As I pursue my college degree, my understanding of inequality and how to create opportunities for everyone through youth volunteerism and service has grown. Global Youth Service Day, or GYSD, will take place April 17th through the 19th, 2015. GYSD celebrates and mobilizes the millions of young people who improve their communities each day of the year through volunteer service.
Established in 1988, GYSD is the largest service event in the world and the only day of service dedicated to children and youth.
GYSD is celebrated each year in more than 135 countries, with young people working together, and with schools, youth organizations, nonprofits, NGOs, government agencies, and ministries, and adult mentors to address the world's most critical issues and change their communities. For more information about GYSD, visit www.gysd.org. GYSD is a campaign of Youth Service America, or YSA. YSA is an international leader in the youth service movement. The mission of YSA is to help young people find their voice, take action, and make an impact on vital community issues. The vision of YSA is a global culture of engaged children and youth committed to a lifetime of meaningful volunteer service, learning, and leadership. This past summer, I had the opportunity to collaborate with YSA as an international youth development intern in Washington, D.C. As a member of the outreach team, I worked on many youth-led projects, including this video. Through this internship, I also learned about YSA's first Global Youth Council. As a new member of the Youth Council, my role is to provide ideas and feedback on YSA's programs, represent YSA at conferences and events, create a resource for YSA that supports youth-led community service, and plan my own GYSD event. This year's Youth Council is made up of 10 youth from all around the world, including Hong Kong, Georgia, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Dominican Republic, El Salvador, Kenya, and the United States. So where do you start when planning a community service project? I'll start by asking you one very important question. Maybe the most important question you'll need to answer before you start planning. What are you passionate about? What in your community would you like to change or improve? In Atlanta, Georgia, where I live, not everyone has access to a quality education. Realizing that this problem is not only affecting my community, but also affecting other communities around the world, I started a chapter of She's the First at my college. As an international nonprofit organization, She's the First sponsors girls' education in low-income countries, giving young girls a chance to become the first in their family to graduate from secondary school. Where I live, while most girls have an opportunity to graduate from secondary school, the dropout rate is sky high. In other countries, many girls are never even given the opportunity to enroll in secondary school. As a student at an all-women's college, I am passionate about girls being supported and having the opportunity to go to school. With She's the First, I'm taking a stand for girls everywhere. For more information on She's the First, visit www.shesthefirst.org. Now you know what my passion is. All girls having an opportunity and access to education. So it's your turn. You tell me. What is happening in your community right now? What issue would you like to change or bring awareness to? Before you can plan a community service project, first you need to ask yourself, what do I care about? What do I want to change?
I'm sure your neighborhood has a number of assets, strengths, and traits that make positive contributions to your community. Maybe it's your school or your favorite teacher. Perhaps it's your local park, market, or religious center. Or it may be an awesome music scene or delicious cuisine. Every community offers something interesting and unique to the world. But despite that fact, there's probably something about your community you would like to change. Maybe it's the litter in the park or the needed classroom renovations. And that's where you come in. Identifying a community need is the first important step in creating a GYSD project. The first question to ask is, how much do I know about this community need? If the answer is not a lot, research. If the answer is a lot, research. You can never know too much. Read articles, look at photos, or follow the news.
There are several free, interactive, and easy-to-download resources at Global Youth Service Day's website, www.gysd.org, that will help you take the first step in identifying a community need. Let's take a look at the Youth Changing the World Toolkit. To get started, this toolkit is a workbook that can take you and your friends through the process of planning a community service project. You can download a free copy at www.gysd.org/project_toolkits. The first step in planning a GYSD or any youth volunteer community service project is investigation. On page 2 of the Youth Changing the World Toolkit, you will find insightful questions that will help you decide what issue is the most important to you and what change you would like to see. Now is the time to investigate your community. What conditions or problems have you seen, heard, read about, or experienced that sparked your interest or curiosity, concerned you, or made you feel empathetic? Which experience or moment has inspired you to take action? After you identify an issue area, ask yourself, why is this issue important to me? And why would I like to see it change? For me, this issue is important to me because, first of all, I'm a girl. I'm fortunate that I have access to quality schools and a family that supported me staying in school. For my GYSD project this year, I want to focus on girls everywhere in the world having an opportunity to go to school and receive an education. Refer to the box on the side of the page to give you an example of potential answers to these questions. I am inspired every time I hear a story about a young girl who is now able to go to secondary school. My issue is girls' education. My vision is a world where all girls are supported and have an access to education. So now it's your turn. Find and investigate an issue in your community that is important to you. If you don't have a quick answer, that's okay. Take your time. Walk around your community. Talk to your teachers, your friends, your parents. You may find several issues that are important to you. Remember, when you identify a need or a problem, you are identifying an opportunity to make a difference. After you've identified your community need, the next step is investigation and research. Page 3 of the Youth Changing the World Toolkit provides you and your friends with helpful questions when gathering information about your community need. For example, say your community need is to increase enrollment in secondary school for girls. First, ask yourself, what do I already know about this issue and what else do I need to know and learn in order to make a difference? You will later use the answers to these questions to help you plan and implement your GYSD service project. If I were to fill out this chart, it would look something like this. Community need, girls not enrolling in secondary school. What do you already know about the need or condition you identified? I know that in the countries where She's the First operates, only 33% of girls enroll in secondary school. I know that when girls receive a secondary education, their wages increase by 18%. In order to take action and make a difference, what do you need and want to learn about? I need to know how to help girls enroll and stay in school. I need to know what stops young girls from going to secondary school. I need to learn how I can help and support young girls stay in school. What did you learn about the community need and how to address it? While it is priority for boys to go to school before girls, another major obstacle are families having the resources to enroll their daughters in secondary school. Many families would support their daughter receiving a secondary education if they had the resources. She's the First connects sponsors like the chapter at my college with young girls in these countries so we can fundraise and provide scholarships to help them enroll in secondary school. Sources of information. She's the First website, internet research, Skyping with young girls in these countries. There are a number of activities that will help you identify and research community issues that are important to you. You can use media like your local newspaper or the internet to help you learn more about your community. You can also observe the people in your community. Where do people live? Where do people go to work? Do people recycle? Are young girls going to secondary school? You can also create a survey to learn what people think and know about the issues in their community. You can also have conversations and interview community members like teachers, your parents, friends, and community leaders. The big step here is to find out about the community issue you are passionate about. The more you know, the better your GYSD Community Service Project. To help you further, I want to show you a few cool features of www.gysd.org. There are additional resources on www.gysd.org that can help you identify a community issue you are passionate about. On this page, you can find project ideas by issue area: health, education, environment, hunger, community building, and human rights. Look through these examples and see if any of those projects inspire you to do a similar project in your community. For example, I am passionate about all girls having access to a secondary education. I really like the first one: run an awareness campaign to encourage students to stay in school. Many girls start school but do not finish. I could develop a GYSD project that educates the community on the benefits of girls staying in school. We also want to share your stories, pictures, and videos on www.gysd.org. If you would like to contribute a story of service or a blog about planning or implementing your GYSD project, send YSA an email at outreach@ysa.org. We are looking for stories that not only inform the world about your community issue and project, but also stories of service that can teach other young people how to implement their own GYSD project. This month, the first step in planning a GYSD project or any youth volunteer service project is to find a community issue you are passionate about. The next step is to investigate and do your research. The more you know about the community, the more effective your project will be. We would love to hear from you which community issue you are passionate about. Join us! Whichever social media site you use, post a photo of yourself holding up a sign that shows the world what community issue the youth in your community are passionate about. Use the hashtag GYSD and any other hashtags you would like to include. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you have any comments or feedback, please email us at outreach@ysa.org. Next month's video will focus on project ideas, how to build a project plan, how to measure the impact of your GYSD project, and how to form a partner coalition or team to help you implement and manage your GYSD community service project.